G'day, you're listening to the Virtual Staff Room, and this is episode 13. Happy birthday, Edublogs! Well, if you're at all interested in what technology is doing in the field of education, you've probably noticed that the word blogging seems to be turning up a fair bit lately. And hopefully you're a teacher who blogs, or you know someone who does, and maybe you've even got your kids blogging. And it's a wonderful cleansing experience, blogging. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. One of the guys who's been really instrumental in getting blogging out to the educational masses is James Farmer. A couple of years ago, James started the service called Edublogs and started on this personal mission to get blogging into the hands of as many people, as many teachers as possible. And so Edublogs was born. And over the last 2 years, James has managed to turn Edublogs into what is probably the premier blogging service for educators today, and offers a whole range of great services and cutting-edge technologies. And if you haven't tried Edublogs, can I suggest you give it a go, because it really is a lot of fun and you can do some really, really cool things in the classroom with it, not to mention the things you can just do for your own benefit. I think blogging's really cool, and I'm always encouraged when I start talking about this to other teachers and see the lights come on and they realise, wow, this has got so much potential. So I was fortunate enough today, and today just happens to be the second birthday of Edublogs since the service started, 2 years ago. And I managed to track James Farmer down today and managed to catch him on Skype for a quick chat. And we had a talk about Edublogs and where it came from and where it's going and some of the cool things behind it. And there's a couple of nice suggestions in here as well for how you might use Edublogs in your classroom. So I pass you over to Mr. James Farmer.
Hello.
G'day, James. How are you?
Not bad. Yourself?
I'm real good. Real good. Thanks for making the time.
No worries. It's a pleasure. I've just been edublogging stuff all day, launching 2.0, and so it's an ideal opportunity to have a chat about it briefly.
Excellent. That's fantastic. So tell me about your story. I mean, I'm just intrigued by this whole Edublogs thing. You started this just as, it wasn't a hobby, but like, did you have any idea where this was going to go when you started?
It was very, very far from a hobby, actually. I pretty much from the first time I picked up a blog, if you can say pick up, about 5 years ago. My first question was, what is this? My second question was, cool, how can I give this to other people?
Yeah. 5 years ago. Wow, that's pretty cutting edge.
I don't know. There's a lot of people out there, Will Richardsons of the world, who still, I reckon they still think I'm a bit of a noob. So, I'm still intruding on their territory a bit. I wasn't Peter Ford, for example. He's a guy in the UK who was doing something similar to Edublogs called school blogs, a different piece of software, way back in the day, before I'd even started. So they're the veterans, really. But so I mean, I was just playing around with stuff and just kind of aimed towards it and gradually got there bit by bit.
So tell me, what's the deal? You've obviously got a lot of back-end stuff to deal with in terms of servers and infrastructure and everything else, and I, from what I can see from the outside, it seems to be growing. I think I'd be probably surprised if I saw it from the inside.
It's pretty big. We run it off 3 different servers. We use a massive 4-processor Woodcrest dual-core SSCI disk, huge thing for the databases, which are split all over the place. And we use a few dual-core web servers to run the front end, and also the Edublogs premium accounts.
Right.
And so we've really been, investing quite heavily in both the hardware and also the development stuff, because we do a lot of customized coding.
Yep.
Stuff which builds on the WordPress multi-user base, a bit like WordPress.com, actually. I mean, They've got loads of customized stuff within that, which isn't released in an open source way, and we do that, but actually do release some of it as well through Edublogs Premium, and also through a site which I'm a partner in called WPMU Dev Premium. Catchy.
Yeah, catchy name, yeah. As I said to you in that email this afternoon, one of the things I've always liked about Edublogs is you've always seemed to want to keep it on the cutting edge in terms of having the latest plugins and the latest bits and pieces to it. And I get quite frustrated when I go and use other blogs because I go, oh, that nice feature's not here anymore.
We're pretty small by blog hosting standards. I mean, we were approaching 100,000 users, which is going to be wonderful.
Yeah, it's pretty substantial.
Yeah, that's great. But at the same time, we're really kind of very focused on catering to the needs of our users. And if a user comes along and they say, I really like this plugin, if it looks like it's got value, and if it doesn't take us more than a week to put it in place, sometimes it can be the case, then we try and do it. And we try and do that with themes. We try and do that with all sorts of added functionality, widgets, different embedding codes. We really try and be guided very much by our users, by teachers, in terms of what sort of things they want.
So you've gotten lots of good feedback about it.
We've got a pretty cool crowd, and people seem to like it. It's niche, it's focused, it's on education tools, and we, as I said, we're kind of giving people what they want. So
you are in Australia, aren't you? You're in Melbourne, I think.
I'm a POM originally. But I came over about 7 years ago.
Okay. And what I'm just curious. I'm going to ask a whole lot of dumb questions now. What percentage of the Edgeblog users are Australian?
Actually, not that large.
Really?
More recently, because I've been doing a few keynotes and presentations around Australia, and and there's also some amazing Australian users. Ryder's actually one of our featured Edublog at the moment. This week is a great Edublogger, has been with us for more or less the whole way, the whole 2 years, teaching Generation Z. Graham Wenger from
I know Graham.
South Australia, and I mean these guys, they're talking about it all the time. So that's picking up a bit in Australia, but actually the vast majority, certainly over 3/4 of our users are in the US and Canada, which is interesting because from a development point, because it means we get to do all of the stuff at night for them.
Yeah, the servers are hosted here.
Actually in the US as well.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, just somewhere near Los Angeles, I think.
Isn't it funny? We live in a world where it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's a very posh server centre. I know because it costs an awful lot of money, and they tell me it's very posh. I haven't actually visited it myself. One of these days I will.
See, I just think that's a fascinating comment on the way you can run a business these days. That you can have servers somewhere else in the world, you don't even know really where they are, and you've never been there. And
well, they claim they've got armed guards.
Oh, it's one of those places, yeah.
I'm
lockdown data centers.
Yeah, I mean, I can handle the fact that it makes me feel good that they've got backup pans and generators and mirroring across the state, but they've got people with guns protecting Edublogs.
Well, they say that security, that's the first place that most security gets breached is physically.
Yeah, well, there we go.
People leave the door to the server room open. That's where most.
Maybe I should put it as a badge, protected by protected by arms. I don't know, something like that.
I like it. So, you got any cool stories like really cool stuff that you've seen people do on the Edublog service?
There's some incredible things. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, one of the people I was happiest to get on just early on day was Terry Anderson, who's a brilliant theorist, a researcher and writer. Started a blog called The Virtual Canuck, which is something Canadian, I think.
Yep.
on Edublogs, and he's been posting up some wonderful things on there. As a kind of researcher and writer, you've got teachers using it left, right, and centre for discussions, for organising things. You can. One of the things I like the most, because I pretty much browse, every post that comes in. I try to, so just give it a quick scan, and you see some really stunning teachers. You see people who are just communicating so well with their students and so well with other teachers, and who care so much. They're putting so much into it that it's actually quite moving sometimes when you see the kind of the passion and the love and the great things that are happening there. It's kind of a bit of an insight into the soul of teachers, and that's one of the things that I really wanted to provide with the new homepage.
Yep.
Was down at the bottom we've got this huge tag cloud. And,
I saw that today. That's really neat.
Yeah, I wanted to make it small originally, and have it snot right in, and then I thought, no, this is just too cool. And I posted a link on Incorporated Subversion today, which actually goes to, that's the limited tag cloud, which goes to the everything tag cloud, which has got like 1,000 different tags in it.
Wow.
But honestly, it's quite an enlightening and encouraging experience just to click through a few of them and have a look at the sort of things people are writing about.
Yeah, I probably should spend more time doing that. I know I subscribe to a whole bunch of stuff, but I should probably just occasionally just go and look at something outside of the comfort zone.
Yeah, well, that's the kind of thing we want to do as well. I mean, we've got the featured blog, we've got popular blogs, but we want to be able to, we've been very much focused on giving people tools to teach and to communicate with.
Yep.
So we want to continue doing that and making that as good as possible. But we also a lot of people want to see what other people are doing. They want to get in touch with other teachers who are interested in these sorts of things. And we're going to be, looking not just at how we do that in terms of here's some posts, here's a tag cloud, here's popular blogs, featured ones, but also hopefully going to be giving Edubloggers some tools which will allow them to connect with each other and create their own groups and stuff. A little bit like Ning, but within Edublogs.
Yep.
So that's we've got loads of exciting things coming along those ways, and hopefully, expose some people to some interesting conversations.
Yeah, that'd be neat. I was going to ask you to do anything with wikis, but I think you've got that arrangement with Wikispaces, don't you?
Yeah, Wikispaces are great. I mean, they're really good guys, and we've had this arrangement with them where Edublog users can get free ad-free Wikispace accounts. Yeah. And that's been wonderful. Our users have loved it. It's been great for us. We get to focus on what we're good at. Wikispaces get to focus on what they're good at. That goes really well. I mean, it's not to say that in the future we might not have kind of some of our own tools which do sort of things in kind of learning packages, if you know what I mean. Yep. But at the moment, that's a really good relationship with them. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah. So how did the whole thing start? Like, I'm just intrigued what caused you to want to do this?
I started back in the day inksub.org, which is now where Incorporated Subversion's hosted, and my idea was I really wanted to get into this kind of open source technology and figure out what I was doing with it and where I was, how it could be used in education. I was doing a lot of research at the time.
And you were a teacher at the time, or?
Initially I was a flexible learning coordinator, whatever that is. I haven't heard that title's gone out of fashion since then. But then I was actually a lecturer and a researcher at Deakin University. Okay. To be honest with you, it was born largely out of frustration. The university wasn't keen on supporting what I was going, these sorts of software, these sorts of technologies. They were totally ensconced in bed with big content management systems. Mm-hmm. And I was really frustrated, and so I said, okay, well, I'll set up this site. If you want to have a blog, or if you want someone to set you up a Drupal account or a Moodle or a bulletin board or something else, then come along, have a chat to me, and let's do it, because I could do it and call it research, which it was, and the people would then get to use these tools, and so I started setting them up for people around the uni and other people around the world as well, and it quickly became apparent that the thing people wanted most were blogs.
Yep.
And it quickly became apparent as well that it was taking me about 2 hours to set up every blog. And so as soon as I got into WordPress after jumping the Radio Userland ship, because it just seemed like so much fun, it seemed so much better. It was just after the whole movable type meltdown, so suddenly it was getting a lot of publicity. And then came across this pre-alpha project by a chap called Donica Okamai. I know I've pronounced his first name right. I'm not sure about his second name. He's an absolutely brilliant developer over in Cork. And started playing with it. And so we set up a few test installs. We had a few things. And probably about 6 months after that, WordPress multi-user kind of went into a kind of 0.1 state. And Edublogs was set up a couple of months before WordPress.com, I think.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
So you actually predate those guys.
Yeah. Although they've done all of the most of the development work on it. And so,
I'm assuming you've got a pretty good working relationship with the people behind the scenes there.
Oh, Automatic are a great company. I mean, without Automatic, the people who are on WordPress.com, this sort of stuff really wouldn't be possible. So I've got a lot of respect and a lot of time for them. As I said as well, we do an awful lot of custom stuff as well, and it's a bit like somebody they give you the tools, they give you the rudimentary stuff, the essentials, and then you go and paint it and make it look nice and twist it around and organize it in different ways.
Yeah. I know with this podcast, I just have some hosted space, and I found that they had a Fantastico panel that you could just enable WordPress. So I thought, oh, cool, I'll do that.
Oh, yeah, Fantastico's great.
And so that's nice, and I can FTP into the back of that and enable certain bits and pieces, but I get frustrated that you just have so much more stuff happening on yours than I have on mine.
Well,
I'd rather use yours.
To be honest with you, that's the thing. I mean, I actually, I do a lot of individual WordPress work. I mean, for example, I published the knowledge tree for Flexible Learning Network, which is a journal down here. And I've been doing a bit of work on their podcast element today. And the more independent work I do, the more I kind of find myself thinking, oh, bloody hell, I wish I had the Edublogs set up here, because it's got so many plugins built into it. I mean, just the automatic plugins that you don't ever see as a user, there's about 20 of them. But even 25 now, I think. And they're automatically turned on. And then there's all of the ones which you can turn on, which are built in. And then there's all the configuration. And so what we're hoping to do as well in the near future is to actually allow people to basically use their own domain names. While being hosted on Edublogs. So, for, I don't know, $15 a year or something, people can basically have an Edublog, but have it at mydomain.com.
And you'll just run the name servers there?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So basically, we just deal with the name servers, and it's exactly the same as Edublogs, except you've got your own domain. So, I mean, I to be honest with you, will probably be giving that to quite a lot of clients, because it saves me a lot of time.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. There are clunky workarounds that you can do now, but I mean, I'd rather just redelegate to there and be done with it.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it's not only, us looking after your hosting and your bandwidth and your storage and all of these things here, but you also know you're going to get upgrades. Yeah. I mean, so it's going to be the latest version. It's going to have the latest plugins. If something Twitter comes along, gets popular, we got a Twitter widget.
I saw that. I'm playing with the Twitter widget at the moment. That's very cool. Yeah, I'm twittering right now.
Yeah. We got SlideShare things to plug in. We got song spots. We got tons of stuff.
Yep. And just even all the way the RSS feeds can integrate into your sidebars and stuff.
Yeah,
it's just really neat the way it all comes together.
That's fantastic. Yeah, look, I'm toying with this idea. We may or may not introduce it. I've actually got a plugin called Autoblog. And what it does is it takes an RSS feed and it republishes it into a WordPress blog. And this works with Edublogs, I know, because I've tested it. And what it would essentially allow you to do is to keep a blog or a number of blogs in all sorts of different places, and then combine all of those feeds and have one macro Edublog which has everything. Yeah.
Uberblog.
Yeah, or alternatively, I mean, if you want a presence on Edublogs, but you don't necessarily want to set up a blog on Edublogs and just write on there, say you might have your own domain, then you can just basically syndicate all of your content straight into an Edublog.
Oh, I love it.
I know, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
But at the same point,
that's not up and running now, though, is it?
No, it is in secret testing on one of the sites, but it's not on Edublogs. But
I don't think it's so secret anymore.
If people can find it, I'll be impressed. There's all sorts of issues around, kind of spam and content, and also server performance. I mean, if that sort of thing kicked off, we might even be, kind of quadrupling our number of posts within a few days, and that wouldn't be good. Which, incidentally, we're on about we get about 10,000 posts a week. 10,000 a week.
Oh, that's pretty significant.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people writing a lot of stuff. Although, interestingly enough, only 5,000 comments.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so only half a comment per post on average.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to increase that with this community feature, so people will hopefully start interacting with each other a little bit more.
Yeah, that would be really nice. The biggest problem I found with the posts, and not just on Edublogs, but with other services as well, it's just the amount of comment spam you get. And I know you guys are running a Kismet and stuff now to try and combat that, but...
Actually, we're not.
You're not?
We don't run a Kismet because it's too expensive. Unless you only get to run a Kismet if you're a non-profit and you link back to Automatic and WordPress.com absolutely everywhere, which is their prerogative. It costs them money to run it and so on and so forth. So no hard feelings.
Yeah. I used to get tons of it, and I went in and twiddled with the settings somehow, and it seems to have slowed down a lot.
We've had a huge breakthrough on that in the last basically 3 weeks.
Oh, right.
Now we've got captures, which I don't know, are you familiar with captures? It's where you have to type in a word to get a comment through that appears in a little image.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is that what that's called?
Yeah, it's a capture computer authentication protection.
Stop the robots from doing it.
Yeah, and that's been immensely successful, actually, and we're changing the feeds on that and the elements on that, and we're also blocking things with more than like 2 links.
Yeah.
And we actually we released those plugins to the broader WordPress community free as well. So we're really, I mean, the whole WPM Dev Premium. I don't think you should necessarily be a profit made out of fighting spam.
Nah, yeah, exactly.
That's a slightly political statement when you start talking about Kismet, who do actually fight spam for an awful lot of people for free, though, at the same time.
Yeah. So you've got Edublogs for teachers, Learnerblogs for kids, Uniblogs for university and tertiary students.
And ESL blogs for English language students.
ESL blogs. Oh, okay. I didn't realise that was a separate unit for that.
Yeah. So we've got all 3. I mean, I'm hoping to, in the very near future, offer some better solutions for students, and teachers and more manageable environments.
Is there any functional difference between these? I know when I was using Learnerblogs with a class, and I had an Edublogs and they were on Learnerblogs, and I think Edublogs was slightly ahead of the curve at the time, and I'd be getting features before them, and I'd go to say, hey, you can do this cool stuff, and they'd go, no, we can't. But I think they're pretty much on a par now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're basically the same thing at the moment. Right. We kind of, when it comes to upgrades and stuff, we tend to do testing, if you will, on some of the students' sites, for want of a better word, because they've got fewer users, and so sometimes it varies. But we're very, very careful with Edublogs in terms of what we provide and what we don't provide.
That's intriguing that you would have fewer users on Learnerblogs, given that students outnumber teachers by a ratio of 30 to 1.
Absolutely, it's interesting, but I think that teachers really do like to kind of be in a kind of management position in a way.
Yeah.
In terms of kind of managing the comments and the discussions and things areas here, I'm not sure that many people are actually ready to kind of hand over the reins and say, "Hey guys, everyone get your own blog, everyone do this." Sorry,
go on.
Yeah. That's okay.
I was just going to say, just before we sort of wind up, because I guess your next appointment's probably
they're waiting,
sitting on the side. In terms of the way blogs get implemented in a classroom, I guess there's 2 approaches that I can see. One is either you have one class blog and everyone contributes to it, and you can make one blog with multiple contributors, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. And the other approach is that you have everyone with their individual blog.
Yeah, I'm a great fan of the second approach, I have to say.
Where you give everyone... well, that's what I did when I did it, and just created a little blogging ecosystem where the teacher had a blog and all the kids had a blog, and we all had links to everyone's blog on each of our pages. That's kind of what you see as working best?
Yeah, and I mean, it's not just a hunch, really. It's actually based on research to a degree. If you look at the type of experiments and practices that people have done with these sorts of things, whenever people, if you will, kind of give students their head, they allow them to establish their own identity, to have control over, they empower them. By giving them their own sites, then they achieve a great deal more. Basically, you're really just doing a kind of impersonating a discussion board when you're all joining on the same site. However,
true.
If your project is something like a collaborative publication or a student newsletter or something, then of course you're going to want to have users on the same place. But if you just want people to talk about things and discuss things and to keep their own blog, their own areas, then you really should be giving them their own sites.
So with all the new tools that are coming out with this now, is there any simple way you can think of that you could use RSS to sort of aggregate what's happening on all the kids' blogs into one place on the teacher's blog?
Yeah, it's called Autoblog. We talked about it earlier, and that'd solve that, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's actually coming in with it is definitely coming in with Edublogs Premium. with our school solution, because that's obviously no security issues for us. I mean, people manage their own accounts; they look after them in that sense. And we've also got some wonderful tools with that, like a bulk import. So all you need is a kind of an Excel file of about 50 students.
Yeah.
And 100 students or 200 or how many you want, and teachers, and you can just run that straight into the system. It will automatically create all the accounts for them and email them their passwords. So we're really trying to get it to a point where it's as easy as possible for a teacher and for a school, say kind of technology facilitator, to manage loads of accounts, get them set up, get them organised, get them aggregated.
Yeah, neat.
Yeah.
I like it.
Cool. I'm glad you like it. I like talking about it.
Yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity.
No worries.
It's very prescient, given it's our second birthday today. I believe it's actually our second birthday comes up in about an hour and a half's time.
Oh, is that? Oh, it is actually today, the second birthday.
It is today. It's
well, happy birthday, Edublogs.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
All right, mate. I'll let you get on with your evening and go and do the next thing you got to do. But
fantastic.
Thanks for the time, James. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Great talking to you, and talk to you again soon.
No worries. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye. So there you go. You know a little bit more now about James, about Edublogs, and about the wonderful things you can do with blogging in the classroom. Like I said before, if you haven't given blogging a go, I really encourage you to try it. It's like I said, it's a cleansing experience, just getting a chance to vent out some stuff and write. And I know for myself, I have to say that my own ability to write and put words together, I think, has really improved since I've been just blogging for my own personal benefit. So I can imagine that would do wonderful things for kids in the classroom. And from what I've seen from using it with kids, I think that's really true. I want to thank James for giving the time to me for that interview today. I know he's a really busy guy, and he was juggling some things around to make the time for us to do that, so I really appreciate that. So thanks, James. It's a wonderful service, and I know I appreciate it, and a lot of other people do too. I'd like to just thank also the people who have been responding to the survey I put up the other week on the Virtual Staff Room. There's a survey on the website at www.virtualstaffroom.net where I was just asking for some suggestions and comments and feedback on what we're doing with the podcast. And a number of people have contributed to that and given me some wonderful food for thought. So I appreciate you taking the time to do that. The survey is still up over at the homepage, so please, if you haven't done it and you can spare a couple of minutes, it'd be wonderful. Just pop over there, and I think it takes less than 2 minutes to answer the questions. Well, that's about it for this episode. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you taking the time to download this and have a listen to what's going on here at the Virtual Staff Room. Until next time, my name's Chris Betcher, and you've been listening to the Virtual Staff Room.